another Pegcity Soundoff episode on a Wednesday night. It's been a little quiet this month. We are rolling into March, where we do have a sponsor of Frozen Fire Studios will be sponsoring. So we're rolling out a couple more shows here tonight. I have a band that I am a fan of, and you know what's going to kind of lead this off into. Once in a while, you get in the local scene here, and you start talking about bands, and then there's a band that just pops up, and Dan, you messaged me there a month or so back, and I started listening to you guys, and I'm a big fan. I was just saying to you before we went live that I want to get you involved in a show of mine with Valley Narrow as well. But yeah, big fan. I told my wife on the drive home, I said, hey, on your way home, put on Toy Son. Just have a listen, because she usually watches the show when she puts our little guy down. So here we are with Toy Son. This is fantastic. One I've been looking forward to. We got 3 members. One couldn't make it in, but you know what? We'll forgive him this time. We'll get him on the next one.
For sure.
So usually to start off with it here, intros. Tell us who you are and maybe a little bit of history of Toy Son.
All right, I'm Matt. I'm a bass player.
Hey, I'm Dan. I'm the singer in the band. Toy Son's been running for about 5 years now. And previous to that, the 4 of us also have a local cover group called the Nooners. So born out of the Nooners, we have 5 years of Toy Son.
Hi,
Awesome.
I'm Gary. I play these drum things and sing and make faces and stuff.
Awesome.
He's
I just got to load up your. I loaded up your as I usually do Spotify. Just loaded up beside me. I usually look at some stats and some release dates and stuff, and kind of just getting right into it. Your songs, Blue and Yellow, is actually the one specifically I told my wife to listen to on the way home. I don't know if she did. I guess we'll find out, because she may chime in and let me know if she listened to it on the way home. But that song is such a standout. You got your new one out, Nation Blues, as well, which actually came out fairly recently, I believe.
Yeah, we just put that one out. That was the last one a few months ago. And we got a few more almost there. They'll be coming over the next couple months, I suppose.
Excellent. How did you come up with the name Toy Son? Where's that from?
That was about 2 years of
2 years of band names?
narrowing it down from about 500 suggestions that we came up with.
It was the least ridiculous name we could come up with. Every other name that was put on the table was like 2,000 flushes.
Man, bear, pig.
We still have some written on the board.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the name from the Chinese food place on Henderson Highway. There's Toy Son Chinese food, and I thought it had a good ring to it and some opportunity for some imagery and just try to tie some things together.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And
they have fantastic
things too, right?
Toy Son.
Toy Son.
I think
How's
we'll
the food
go there tonight.
Excellent. And you know what? That's one of those things. That's actually a good story to tell about a name. You never know how people come up with their names, and it's always good hearing the story. It's kind of neat that you see the Toy Son thing on a Chinese restaurant, and a little homage to Winnipeg, I guess. Where is that, on Henderson?
It's on Henderson, and it is really good.
Excellent. I used to live just off Henderson. I'm trying to figure where this is, but interesting.
Yeah.
So sorry, back into your music here. You got how many releases we got here? We got 7 just going on Spotify here.
Yeah.
As I said, Nation Blues came out September 2024. An interesting sound. I'm such a fan of you for the sound. Every song sounds a little bit different, but it's such a unique sound. Who are some of your influences, or is this just like, do you have influences that like growing up, were you listening to bands and this is kind of morphed into your sound? Or
I think we all have taken our influences and they've all just come together into this group.
Yeah.
What's your biggest influence?
Cannabis. I I've been, I've played everything from country to funk to rock to punk and blues, and I guess everything's really an influence in one way or another. But I guess a lot of this sound, I want it to be like kind of bass forward. But, I think with one guitar player, he does a lot of cross between rhythm and lead playing, and in the neuters. So something I thought would be kind of fun is if I had more of a driving kind of sound to the bass and let Dave do more layering and different soundscapes on top of it, instead of having to be stuck to like power chords and playing rhythm parts all the time.
Growing up, my biggest influence was probably Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, AC/DC. As I got into rock and roll, early on, my parents were big country fans, so I have a big appreciation for old time country. And then, currently I listen to everything. Many influences.
Awesome.
For me, I had the opportunity to have a good amount of time to myself when I was small. So I was partly raised by cats, and we happen to have a wicked stereo, a huge record collection. So I started off as a kid actually into a lot of 60s and 70s stuff, and then when the 80s hit, I was all about old Van Halen. And, I always wanted to learn the biggest Rush fills for every song and try and squeeze them in everywhere. And it took a long time to kind of chill out, but maintain my intensity. Try and play for the music. I try to be
for sure.
myself.
For sure, right? And spoken like a true drummer talking about Rush, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I saw Rush, just going back on Rush a little bit there. I saw them at I think it was the MTS Center still. Yeah, it would have been the MTS Center, where they had all the roast chickens behind them. And there was a guy in the crowd air drumming so hard. Like, I thought I was going to kick the seat over in front of him. It was nuts.
Yeah.
I thought, is that guy a drummer, or is he just imitating?
Exactly. I was there for sure. A lot of guys, a lot of dudes.
A lot of guys there.
Yeah.
Tons of drummers.
Yeah. There's a distinctive kind of nerdish sense of the air too. It was an awesome concert.
Yeah, it was good. And you know what? To be honest with you, I never actually listened to Rush much until going to that show. I went with my stepdad, and he was a big Rush fan from way back. And it was pretty neat. It opened my eyes to Rush, and Rush has always no offense, but Rush has always been like, in a sense, kind of the nerdy band that, you listen to Rush about trees and space and stuff like that. And then you actually hear it. It's like, these guys are actually really good. And it's always one of those things where it's like, do you want to admit you like Rush to everyone? But it's like, it's kind of like modern day Nickelback. I guess everyone, well, maybe not to that extent, but you know what I mean? It's one of those, do I admit that I like Rush? And now, like, as you get older, it's like everyone likes Rush, whether they admit it or not. Everyone likes Rush. It's Rush. Come on.
Pure Canadiana.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
Shows. Do you guys got any shows coming up?
Well, we've been, we do our cover shows, and for a long time, we were strictly a 90s tribute project when we started. So for probably 10 years, we didn't break the mold. We only played 90s, which was amazing. It got us so many great shows, so many great parties, and we just had a blast doing that. But as things have gone on, we've started writing songs, and our crowd starts to change a bit. 90s are still big, and there's lots of new 90s stuff coming out. But yeah, we played the hell out of them. And so now we'll start playing newer rock songs, newer covers of weird songs, and then adding Toy Son songs into the shows as well. And there's been a great response.
As far as shows, we don't have any Toy Son shows booked.
Not an exclusive Toy Son show yet.
The Tap House.
Yeah, we just did the Tap House. You guys just had the Tap House release, so that must have been really exciting.
Yeah, it's good. I love that place.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's so cool with that sunken dance floor. And vibe.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the new
Out on the
TVs on the
street.
ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Riley and the Tap House.
Yeah, for sure. The screens was a hell of an addition, right?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
pretty rad.
That's a game changer.
And the
I
summer
won't.
doors up.
Oh yeah, like the summer.
Oh,
Well, I always hate this camera, but behind me is my Summerfest thing. Summerfest, July 12th at the Tap House with the doors open, and yeah, it's such a good venue, and that's something we talk about quite a bit on the show is just venues around the city, and I can't give any more love. Well, I probably could give some more love to the Tap House, but every show I talk about the Tap House, and I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone, but I know they have some big plans with that place, and you think the screens are good. It's going to be so much better. It's going to get
It
so
gets
much
better every time we go.
Isn't it cool though? But yeah, like Brett, when he does his sound, he's just I don't know how many if they're already better than Brett. That guy just dials everything in every night. So
He's just chill.
Yeah.
calm, professional.
Yeah, great professional.
Awesome to work with him.
yeah, absolutely. So no Toy Sun shows coming up, but we're gonna work on that though. The Nooners, I actually had Nooners written down because Dan, when you messaged me, that was one of the things you said. You had a band called the Nooners. What is it about the '90s? You say you do '90s. What is it about the '90s that you love so much? I'm pure '90s. I'm pretty sure the newest stuff I listen to besides the local scene here is probably stuff from the '90s.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's kind of, don't want to date myself, but my prime time was definitely the 90s. I had bands in the 90s. We played the zoo, we played bars, and it was just the music of growing up for me.
When we got together, it was kind of when Power 97 had the 90s Nooner. And we started this cover band not really knowing what we were going to do or what direction we were going to take. And I don't know, I think we just started playing a couple of like STP tunes. And we're like, the 90s would be pretty fun to do a cover band for, just strictly 90s rock and 90s grunge. And it just took off from there. And the amount of amazing Canadian 90s music is what took me by surprise. Like I'd have to say 20% at least, 20 to 25% of our 200 song catalog plus is probably Canadian rock.
Oh yeah, at least.
And it's some of our favorite stuff to play. So yeah, that's kind of how it came about, and we still love the 90s.
Yeah, we wanted something to set us a little bit apart from the standard bar bands that were playing at the time, because there wasn't all these tributes back then. There wasn't,
There was a lot of standards.
yeah, it was a little bit repetitive in the bars at the time, so we just wanted to try something different, and it worked out really well.
We had nothing to lose. We just thought, well, let's play the Harvey Danger song.
Yeah, let's play I Mother Earth. Let's
exactly. Let's see what happens. And partly because we're super into it when we're playing. Yeah, that's
Awesome.
Being able to play it.
Is there I'm gonna kind of keep it on this topic for a second. Is there some let's talk about Canadian 90s rock. Who are some good bands? You mentioned I Mother Earth. I Mother Earth was my my first concert I ever went to. I posted that the other day on my album review thing. First concert ever, 1997. Yeah, phenomenal. Like I remember it, right? But
I could see them at the Junkyard when the zoo had a bar downtown called the Junkyard.
Is that the Posse's downstairs?
No,
That's
this is
right,
like on Portage Avenue.
Yeah.
And that was great.
My first concert was the Tea Party, and it was Edwin opening for him when he had left My Mother Earth, and he was doing that.
Was that at the convention center?
Actually, I was living in Ottawa at the time, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was somewhere in Ottawa, but yeah, it was my first concert. And Tea Party, every time I've seen them, has been pretty awesome.
Yeah, we'll do Headstones. We'll do a lot of hip, of course.
Yeah.
Matt Good, Bare Naked Ladies.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
You talk about the Tea Party. Not to make this about me, but they are one of my favorite bands. I think I've seen them 33 times now.
Oh
Yeah.
What?
And
Wow.
it's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm dating myself to Edgefest 97 when I
Yep.
first saw them. And then, yeah, you talk about the Edwin opening for the Tea Party. That was in Winnipeg. That was at the convention center. But yeah, it's every time they're through. And like, what a crazy band. Like, they go from, playing these shows headlining to, I saw them open for Def Leppard once. I saw them open for Ozzy. And just fan reaction so different. There's such a hidden gem of Canada, right? Where it's like if you're Canadian, you probably heard of them. If you live 50 miles south of the border, you might not have. So it's such a
Like
cool.
massive in Germany.
Yeah.
What's that?
Massive in Germany.
Yeah, Australia. Like, why are they so big in Australia?
There's a pretty funny YouTube video, probably from one of our first years, and we're playing at the King's Head, and we're playing. What are we playing? The
River,
yeah.
We're playing the River, and it's on YouTube. The sound's pretty blown out, but the crowd reaction's pretty fun. So,
Yeah, I think the video was taken on a flip phone,
yeah.
so it does sound pretty bad, but it's a pretty funny video if you
Yeah.
get a chance to check it.
Yeah, the Nooners.
Awesome.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
And actually, the stage we're sitting on is the stage in that video at the King's Head.
That's right.
When they got rid of that corner stage, we were able to. They called us, and we were able to pick it up, and
Mhm.
so we've been carrying on the King's Head stage for almost 15 years.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's another good venue in the city, right?
Yeah,
Oh, fantastic.
Oh yeah.
love the King's Head.
Crowds are great.
James Brown.
James Brown on the sound.
I remember my first time at the King's Head. There's a band in there playing the Killers. All the things I have done, and there was actually people dancing on the tables.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
my first time at the King's Head. I thought, wow, this is the place.
It's a hot spot.
It's every night.
Yeah,
Yeah. We feel real fortunate to have been playing there for 15 years.
excellent.
Yeah.
Last thing I'll say about '90s Canadian Matt Good. I've been spinning Underdogs like 3 weeks now, and then yesterday I put a CD on I haven't listened to in, my God, I can't tell you how long, but it was Bella Clava from Limb Lifter. Like,
Oh
Good
yeah.
one.
man, is that a good one?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Some Winnipeg boots there.
Limb lifter.
Yeah. Merch. Do you guys have merch out?
Yeah, it's in a box in the corner over here.
Okay.
But we do have
T-shirts,
a
hoodies.
yeah, we got a few shirts and hoodies
caps
around.
left.
Awesome. How do you go about how do you go about getting merch from you guys?
We generally just have them at the shows, but
Yeah.
if people hear that and are interested in a Toy Sun shirt or hoodie, hit us up on our Facebook or Instagram.
I think he's going to get one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are the Toy Sun stuff.
Maybe we need to
We're,
open.
we're gonna do another run soon, I think.
Maybe we need to open a Facebook store or something.
Yeah.
Our webpage is still a thing.
You know what's a good one is
We have this beautiful garment. This is
yeah.
not cashmere, but it's thick.
Yeah.
And it has a hood.
With a drawstring.
Rather awesome. What will it, Dan?
Oh, Ruth here. She wants a shirt, so I'll have to hook her up at some point with a shirt. Yeah, merch. Bandcamp. Bandcamp is a good one.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
up on Bandcamp.
It's like we're all working guys. We have very busy lives, and it can be tough to stay on top of everything and get things done. But we do what we can, and we're super happy with what we've been able to do with the time we have. So that's what I would say. Kind of, we don't have a merch shop right now, and shows for the original band are. You gotta hunt, you gotta dig, you gotta message people, you gotta be in touch and go to shows, and it's not always the easiest for us. But over the next year or two, we'll be doing more for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess
Isn't
like
that the thing though?
got to turn the internet on.
Isn't that the thing though? Being in a band, it's hard. It's There's a lot to go into it to keep up, especially in today's world with all the social media out there. If you're not on social media, it's tough, right?
Yeah.
You guys clearly must have something going on Instagram, because I keep getting notifications that people are following me on Instagram, and they're all friends with you guys. So, like, okay, I see what's going on here. This is great.
Yeah. Well, I kind of love the way, Joel, that you've taken on kind of the job of trying to start, getting a few people connected and out there. So that's definitely appreciated, with the Northern Royals and
Saw the Bloodshots a couple of years ago.
Bloodshots and sorry, I forget their name. Guys who played with the other night. We played with them before.
Pure Entry.
Pure Entry, yes, for sure. Yeah.
What a good group of guys. Actually, you know what? Speaking of Pure Entry, when you first messaged me and I listened to them, I had said to Alex, because Alex from Pure Entry fills in for drums when our drummer can't make it.
Oh, yeah.
And Alex is like, oh, yeah, those guys are great. And then he really opened me up to it. So to really check you guys out. And yeah, absolutely. I don't know if he's working right now, but I was hoping he'd be watching, because he's the guy who said, no, you got to check those guys out. So
that's yeah. Looking forward to playing some original shows with a bunch of you guys. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Where did you play with Pure Entry?
We did the '90s tribute last year with Red Tie, and they were part of the different band lineup. So
Yeah, it was at
at Park Theater.
Theater, yes.
So we kind of met them face to face for the first time then, and before that, I'd been following them as they started to release some music. So I had reached out to them about getting together some shows.
Awesome. Those tribute shows, those are quite something. It's like these tribute shows, they sell out. They draw huge crowds. It's always amazing. We've been talking about that lately on the show here, that with the Bloodshots, they have their Nirvana tribute, the Aneurysm, and then there was a band a couple months ago or a month ago that did Creed at the side stage, and like it was packed in there. People love tribute shows.
We did. We did our Chili Peppers tribute at the Blue Note Park, or Times Changed Park, and that was with the Bloodshots doing Nirvana, and we did Chili Peppers, and then Color by Numbers did a Weezer tribute, and it was a sold out night, another sold out night, super fun. Lots of work though, but it paid off. Yeah,
I got caught in a rainstorm, and we're playing next, and I've got this snare head that's an HD drive for little holes all around it, and it was about like 15 minutes before we went to play it. I picked up my snare drum, and it had like 3 inches of water in it.
That's right.
All part under a tent, and it's like pouring rain, and I got it all shook out.
But the sky cleared.
It cleared the sky time.
Yeah.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
Could imagine playing in the rain too, right?
Yeah.
I would love to try to do a Pearl Jam tribute this fall. That's my hope for the year.
A Pearl Jam one.
Yeah.
Is anyone doing Pearl Jam? I haven't.
I don't know. Is it?
You guys do it.
We're about we'd be about halfway there.
Yeah.
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 It's awesome. So are you back up a little bit here for a second? You said you had a 200 song catalog right now?
It's probably more like 3.
Holy crap. I don't know why I just clued into that.
200 active, I'd say. We've played probably over 3, but if you asked us to play like half of the stuff we used to play 15 years ago, we
would need to practice them.
Yeah, we would need advanced warning.
Yeah. We got for sure 100 songs ready to go.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. And that's
every Wednesday for forever. We get together here at the studio every Wednesday, and we either practice shows or practice songs for the next show, or doing some writing for Toy Son.
Awesome. What's the writing process like for you guys?
Well, last time we just started jamming and really got 2 song ideas, but
Normally starts with a couple hoots and maybe a beer, and and one of us missing, or we're waiting for somebody, and Gary and I will just start playing something, and then Dave will jump in and start meddling with it, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Matt's brought quite a few nice bass riffs to start things, and then David, our guitar player, is a prolific guy for just writing stuff at home.
Yeah.
So like he's got a million ideas at home. So he'll always have something he can say, oh, let's try something like this, and then lots of it's organic, where just start a practice, something starts happening, and we end up with a song or a good idea for a start of a song.
Awesome. It's always interesting hearing how things come about with songwriting, right? Sometimes it's just organic. Sometimes you go into it. This is the plan. Sometimes you go into it with a single riff, and then it just creates something, right? So
Yeah.
or you might be tweaking that one last part in the song for 2 months. But,
Yeah, they've come about in many different ways, which is great.
Yeah, that's great. But that's longevity of your band too, right? I'm sure you guys know each other all too well with it, and
Yeah, we're definitely very fortunate to have, seen each other's families grow up, and we've been a part of each other's lives for so long that coming together to write music is I've been in relationships with other musicians where that band isn't going to last more than a year because there's people fighting and bumping heads when it came to input or whatever, but we're very fortunate that we've known each other as long as we have, and
Yeah,
that's nice.
yeah, it's grown. It's grown so far outside the band, with just our friendships and our families and stuff. So even if we weren't playing music together, we would still be hanging out all the time, I'm sure.
yeah, for sure, right? What's next for Toy Son? Just working on some music and booking some shows.
4 new songs we're working on at the moment.
We have 3 songs that we recorded with Jamie Sitar from Out of Town Sound. So all the the solid stuff is there. It's ready, but we're just trying to find those couple little extra tweaks to get them just right for release. So those are close. There's 3 songs that are very close to coming out.
Excellent, great to hear.
And then we'll be playing some of our original songs at our cover shows. So I mean, we're back at the King's Head Friday, March 14th, and then we'll be back at one of our favorite old haunts, the Marion Hotel. I believe it's around April 24th, 25th. So at those shows, we'll be playing 90s stuff, new stuff, our own stuff. We're just kind of mixing it up these days.
And we'll talk about joining a bill with you guys too. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. We'll figure something out. I know there was a bit of talk of one venue, but seemed to be hard to get back to sometimes. People are busy. I get it. Ruth, you're watching right now. Make it happen.
Yeah,
Ruth does her booking stuff. So Ruth, you know where it is. Toy Sound Valley Narrow. Let's make it happen. So
yeah, man. Yeah.
Awesome. Gonna leave you guys with something I always like to hear about. Any local bands you want to shout out here that you're fans of?
Yeah, Bloodshot's for sure one of them.
Trousermouth.
Yeah.
Trousermouth. Love Trousermouth.
Yeah. I got Spectre.
Yeah.
They're still going.
Sundoes.
Sundaws from back in the day. Yeah. There's a great, actually, a guy coming in from Toronto at the Park Theater, Jeremy Albino. It's my favorite album right now. So I'd give him a shout out. And if you like great rock and blues, that is a show that you shouldn't miss.
Excellent. When's that show?
That is Saturday, March 8th.
March 8th. I always write this stuff down.
Yeah.
Keep a calendar on it.
Another show I'm really looking forward to is the Moses Mays reunion show. That's at
That's the part 2, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think it's May 3rd.
I think that's sold out too.
Yeah, and they opened up a second night next door on the Sunday, and I think they posted today that they're about 75% sold out. So
Holy smokes!
they're going to be. They've always been amazing, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be a good night.
Yeah.
For sure. Awesome. Well, thanks for jumping on tonight. As I said, I'm definitely a fan, and when I look at my Spotify thing, it's kind of, I look at what has been listened to recently. It's kind of just a line of you guys and Matt Good. So
That's
you
great.
very much.
That's really nice,
Ed
Joel.
Lib Lifter as of yesterday. So
Oh yeah.
awesome. Okay,
Well,
well, you know what? Yeah, no problem. You know what? As I said, you're kind of a new discovered band to, even though you guys have been around a while. Most bands are new discovered to me. I really didn't jump into this till last September, really. So, but you know what? You're one of my favorite discoveries. I'm looking forward to hearing more. I'm still rolling through these 7 songs till I know every word and every riff and every note in it. So, but yeah, looking forward to hearing more from you guys. Obviously, seeing a Toy Sun show or even a cover show, be great to come see you guys.
Yeah.
And we got King's Head March 14th, and then late April at the Marion.
You got it.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you so
Check
much.
you guys out sometime. And you know what? Ruth is on it. She said she's on it. We're gonna. Anyone watching this at some point, it's happening. You heard it here. Toy Sun Valley Narrow. Their
Yeah.
collabs coming for playing.
Fantastic. Thanks, Joel.
Thanks, man.
Right on, guys. Have a good night. I don't know if you're jamming after or what, but if you are, have a great time.
Yeah.
All right.
Well.